right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out and cast it from you, for it is more profitable for you that one of your members perish than for your whole body to be cast into hell. If there's anything I've learned from fasting, it is this. There's two sides to the story. There's two main things you need to worry about: your love for God and your hate for the temptations and the sin that you are actively feeding. It's if you have For a while I was struggling with procrastination, but I realized something. Every time I go on a fast, I feel normal. What's with this? I haven't eaten in 2 days, and I feel more normal now than I did 2 days ago when I was, oh, wait a minute. I was on my phone for hours. I was on the game for more hours than I should have been. I neglected the gym. I neglected prayer. Duh. Not only am I overstimulated, but I'm also I'm spiritually unfed for the day. This is the point I want to make. It's easier to love God if you don't have so many temptations that you're feeding actively. And one thing that a lot of Christians don't talk about is this endless scrolling, watching Christian content. Even Christian content can become something that's anchoring you to the ground in a negative way. It's incredibly difficult to develop a love for God while you're scrolling on your phone. It's incredibly difficult to do that if you don't have your own worship time, prayer time, scripture time. It's incredibly difficult, right? Because you're feeding the flesh way more than you're feeding the spirit. The first thing I noticed when I started fasting was, wait, so in order to hear God, I need to cut this, that, and the third off. Then I look back, right? Every time I come off my fast, I would say, wait, so I'm coming off my fast, I'm downloading everything back, I'm doing the same things. I don't feel right. I feel like I finally crossed the bridge, and then I came back over that same bridge and came back to I returned to my vomit basically. And what I realized in the midst of that is it wasn't these things that were the problem. It was my lack of stewardship and my lack of responsibility in handling these things, right? If I know for a fact I can make content, why am I scrolling for 30 minutes when it takes me less than 2 minutes to make a video? It doesn't make any sense. Or gaming, right? I'm spending hours. For what? I'm not even having fun by this point. I'm escaping something. I'm escaping the next task that it is I know I should be going and doing instead. Or food. I like to eat out. I love it. But here's the problem with that. One, it costs me more, and two, I feel terrible afterwards. What's the deal? I'm getting what I want. It's weird, right? Because when we get what we want, we realize it was just what the flesh wanted. It wasn't what the spirit wanted. And in contrast, check this out. This is what I also figured out. I feel fed whenever I decide, you know what, instead of scrolling for 30 minutes, I'm gonna post a video and then I'm gonna go do some push-ups and work out. I feel fed. I'm gonna play the game for a little bit, but we're gonna do it in moderation, and we're gonna avoid anger, rage, dissension, whatever else high emotion rises when we're playing Xbox. We're gonna avoid all those things. I get off not necessarily feeling fed, but not feeling drained either. I got on, I had my purpose and I had fun like I said I was. Or my favorite, you know what? I'm not gonna get fast food. I got some carrots and cucumber, celery, eggs. I'll eat that. It's a bit boring, but I won't feel terrible after. Here's what I found. After I did those things, I could go back to my prayer closet, no problem at all. I could get back to my word, no problem at all. And I realized something. The only control we really have is self-control. Because of my lack of stewardship, I was using my phone for scrolling instead of posting. Because of my lack of stewardship, I was using gaming to feed my own ego instead of just getting on to have fun. Instead of, oh boy, this is the one I hate. I like to eat, but I was using my money to, instead of put food in the fridge that will last me a while, feed my flesh by getting Chinese. I don't need Chinese. What am I doing? And it made me think, bruh, not only are you wasting money, you're gonna feel terrible after you're done eating this, and you know you are. Why do you do the things you hate to do? But then it hit me, right? A fruit of the spirit is self-control. Why is that? Because otherwise it can be classified as one of the fleshly sins, right? If apart from the spirit I think I'm doing good, and this is the thing about trying to be good on our own. You can't. We're not. It's just not how it works. I mean, if you actually read the scriptures, and I'm gonna put this above my head, you will see everything that we try and do, even the good looking things, comes from an evil place. And because it comes from an evil place and it's for us, that's when it becomes a problem. And I figured this out, right? I was like, I'm eating healthy, but I'm eating healthy so I can say I'm eating healthy, not because I'm taking care of the temple. They're two very different. I'm doing the same thing, but for two very different reasons. I'm working out, but so I can tell myself I work out a lot. I train hard. That's that's one of these things above my head, isn't it? So it's like, wait, I'm doing it from a place of me rather than a place of pleasing God, and that was the issue. The root of the issue was, it wasn't that I didn't love God, it was that I was doing things for myself. They're the same things, but it's why I was doing it. That's the problem, because it makes it easy to well, I don't feel like it today. Nah, I don't want oatmeal today. I'll go and get me a biscuit or whatever. Spend some money, way more money than I should. Like, it makes it so easy to opt out of the things that we know are good for us, because we're doing it for ourselves. Okay, when you slip off of that, then what? If your foundation is really not Jesus, you'll know. You'll know. So before I close this video, I really want to recommend something. Anchor your day in prayer. It's so important and it's so overpowered. I gotta be honest, overpowered. But the problem is we don't see it as a priority. You pop up and the first thing you think about is really what's on your heart. And I'll keep it real. The first thing I would wake up about was like, what's on my phone? What's on my Xbox? Or keeping it even more real. My gym, the gym, nutrition, trading. I was thinking about everything but God and claiming to be a man of God. And you know what Jesus says about that? And honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. When I got up, the first thing I ran to was the thing that revealed where my heart was really at. The last thing you think about before you lay to bed also does the same thing. It reveals where your heart's really at. Toodles.